Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Majestix Heroclix Podcast. If you like our content, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. If you're interested in learning more about the Bronze Age format and the Majestix Open Series, please check out openseries.majestixccg.com. Also, if you want to learn about Heroclix strategies, tactics, and lists from the game's top players, please visit majestixccg.com/apex-insiders. Lastly, if you're looking for Heroclix singles, please visit our eBay stores at stores.ebay.com/MajestixHeroclix and stores.ebay.com/ClicksCollective. All the links for everything I just talked about is below in the description. And again, my name is Jeff, and as always, my co-host Patrick.
What's up?
Once again, we are also joined by Roland. How you doing, guys?
How's it going, guys?
So,
how's everyone been since last time? Like, since all three of us have been together, like we kind of took turns going back and forth with each other. So we're all back three together again.
There we go. There we go.
So yeah, we had a good event in Arizona. So I wish we had more, but it was good. Good turnout, well run.
Nice. It's always good. All right. So let's jump into topic one real fast. We got to catch up from last week, or from Roland and I's podcast. I forgot to go over the BBWs for the Washington event. So I have that pulled up, share that screen, and we'll dig into this and get started covering the events. All right. You guys see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we got Zach Strong. Apologize for not going over it last time, guys. He had an armor theme team +6. Dr. Doom, Demon and Armor, Peace Machine, Sicarian, Ironheart, Split Lip, Millennium Puzzle with the Uru Forge.
Yeah, that's funny. He has Split Lip on an armor team. That's what I've been waiting to see. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I think they needed to do, unless he's only using the Uru Forge to get the bonuses.
Yeah. That's replaced, right?
Because you need to have it from the sideline, I believe. Anything that replaces it, I think. Because Uru Forge says replace, correct?
Yes.
So then he needs to list, unless he just wasn't using it.
Yeah, he's just using it for the stat boost.
Yeah, if he's the stat boost, what does it give again?
+1. It's like, I feel like it's a plus some more than 1 to movement, +1 to like a single stat or something.
Uh-huh.
Modify this character's speed or range value by +3 this game. Modify this character's attack, defense, or damage value by +1 this game. So you choose either a +3 speed range and then choose speed range, or a +1 for attack, defense, damage.
Is it +1 defense damage? Is it or and?
It's or. So you either choose a +3 and then you can choose speed or range, or a +1 to attack, defense, damage. And it's just one of those. So like you get a +1 damage or a +3 speed, but you don't get all of it.
Well, okay. Dang, so I don't know if it's worth the 10 points. Because I thought it would, if it was like +3 speed and range, and then you get +1 attack, damage, defense, then I think it might be worth for the 10 points. But just a +1 stat boost, unless he's really using it for range or speed, right? Because the +3 might be worth it.
Well, if you got Peace Machine on your team, you're probably not going damage.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Sicarian and Demon and Armor is on the team, so you don't need defense. So it's probably one of the +3s.
Well, Iron Man. Well, then who's he going to go on? Because Iron Man he's not going to get the +3 because he's already +2. Because he's going to have the two objects. Yeah.
So maybe it's the +1 to defense.
I don't know. Or does it go on Doom? That's
or
weird.
It's,
I don't know.
Or it's thematic. He's running Split Lip, and Split Lip is in charge of the Uru Forge.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But then are all these other guys like they're not of the Asgardian ilk? So it's, I mean, you're going with a little stretch there. If these were like Destroyer, Thor, okay. Or even if it was the Iron Man in the Uru Forge itself, that would be awesome.
That's money, dude.
That would.
Or
be
maybe
sick.
he didn't realize he had to have the equipment listed on the sideline.
Yeah, and he just. That's what I was wondering if that's the case, then yeah,
Because that's like, but that's really hard. Because then if you do that, you have to replace it, and then you have to roll again.
Yep. That's
So,
why not many people play this.
I know, because I remember I was checking with you like a while back, and I was like, oh yeah, that's fucking horrible. It's bad.
Yeah, because you have to roll again.
Yeah, it's just because then you're like either you use the free and the costed action to do that, or if you get it on the second one, then you're just kind of screwed.
Yeah, and it looks like he's probably putting the Peace Machine is probably getting the flight ring. Because Peace Machine has a 19 defend, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty good with Demon and Armor. It makes it a little hard.
Yeah.
To attack that's good. And then the
little Shelly.
I mean, I like the Peace Machine. This is the first time we've seen one featured either making a cut or even on a Bronze Age builder. I think it's a figure most newer players aren't familiar with.
Yeah, that's real. I mean, geez. With Sakari and Iron Man doing like 4 or 5 damage, Sky Tyrant doing 5, and Gamora doing 5, like Peace Machine would definitely be a thing. And remember, Jeff, with the Shredders, this was like the answer.
Dude, Peace Machine was my guy for as long as I played Shredders.
So I'm wondering if, like, with the amount of damage output now, because if the collector teams, they get the +1 boosts.
That's true.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe they're all pumping up to 4 or 5 damage. Maybe it just goes down to 3, and then
your guys are still alive.
Yeah, and then you have like deeper dials where they can heal a little bit more, so then it just takes longer. So maybe this is something that can come out, because I believe Peace Machine's also shield. I don't know.
Could be.
I think so, because I remember people trying to call him in on the ID card at level 7. So all right.
Next we have Andre. He had a Rick Jones, Captain America, Earth X. Gertrude, Yorks and Old Lace, Wasp, the Morphine one, the Penguin, Adam, and Sideline of Morphers.
Nice. So he's doing the actual Age of Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
He's making ants.
Yep.
Dang. That's cool. It's
because I mean, I think this team is all bystanders, and then Cap moves the bystanders around. Is that how the mechanic that's going there?
He can leadership off of them.
Oh,
he can leadership off 150 points or less. So they're all 0 points.
Yeah, they're all 0. So he can take it off if he does. Yeah, Rick Jones makes those. But I think the issue here is like they're all going to be, like 10 attacks.
Yeah.
Because the ants are like 9. The Penguin's 10 unless you give them or 9 unless you give them the.
He needs an Alia Gregor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and Rick Jones guys are 10. So this is definitely a Alia Gregor type of team. You can definitely pump the guys, or even a collector if you have all the rarities here, because she would pump all those bystanders like crazy. But I do like the Gertrude Yorks and Old Lace from What If. That's a piece that I've been actually looking at, because it's hard to kill Old Lace. It's really hard to kill. You have to deal unavoidable damage to kill it. Otherwise, it's just like not dying.
Yeah, because all the damage goes back to the figure in the back, right?
So so if you leave Gertrude in the back and you put Old Lace in the front, no matter how much damage they do, as long as you can either heal Gertrude or it's gonna take like 5 clicks.
Yeah,
it's gonna take 5 attacks to kill Old Lace. So that is something.
I was just talking about Night Nurse the other day.
Yeah.
Like that was the team, right? Those Night Nurse, heal her up, send out the Pogs.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, and I remember even the guys in this region, they played. There was a guy, Jordan Beers. He played an animal team with double Gertrude Yorks. So good luck trying to kill both of those dinosaurs.
Gross. All right, friends, let's move on to topic 2, which is the Arizona ICQ. Is that good size for everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it, yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to start off with the 8th place team. So Jose Barragan playing his Latveria +6.
His return to the top 8.
So he's playing Spacesuit Leonardo. Much kudos to him with the Animal ATA.
Cool,
Roland, can you look that up for me? Because I don't remember what that is.
Beginning of the turn, if they roll a 5 or 6, they ignore stealth and shape change.
Animal.
For everybody using the ATA.
It's really good. It's really good.
So you copy it with
flashes. Oh, dude, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, Sky Tyrant, double flashes at full points, so he has 2 charge flashes.
Well,
Probably.
I mean, it should be 20.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he was
It should
running
be
one of
20.
them at 20 because he was running the TK one of the second one.
Got it. Okay. Molecule Man, Power Gem, Gamma Bomb, and free Latvarian Village bonus. Fun. I like the spacesuit Leo.
Yeah, so I asked him how many times. I don't think he got any of them.
Really?
He was asking me like, I asked him like how many times did you do it, and he goes, nope. Every time they either equipped or start with it, he didn't win any of the rolls. So maybe there'll be another game if you play it where you get them every time now.
Doesn't
and
his
everybody's like, this guy's broken.
Doesn't his trigger for equipment at forced instruction too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying. Either they start the game with it, or they pick it up, or they just have it. It's they don't get any of, like, he didn't get any of the rolls.
Dang.
So that's his step one against Roland was supposed to be, hopefully I get a free 5 points.
Well, I will say this: it did in our preliminary round match. It did adjust how I played, where I didn't go to equip.
Right.
Because of how does Leonardo work? Oh, that's how it works. I don't need the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if other
Yeah.
opponents just chose not to equip, but even then,
they did.
You're getting the points from Leonardo for that.
Like-
They did though, because he said that he didn't get any of the rolls.
But yeah, like if you have an entity, like you have to roll.
Yeah, you have to roll. But also, if you just start with it, you have to roll as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. I
I
like
mean,
it.
it's your typical Latveria team, but he just changed up Leo for whatever, either Gladiator or Marvel or whatever.
It's a fun twist on the Latveria team. All right, 7th place, West Tech Chart.
Yeah,
Man,
there we go.
He was my pick. He was my bet on the wrong horse. He's playing Alpha Strike.
Yeah.
So the Uncanny 75-point Magneto with Predator. 50-point Doctor Strange, the Shifting Focus. 50-point Micron, Molecule Man, Felix Faust, Nathaniel Richards, Frost Giant.
This is
Fucking Frost. And Skinny
Frost
Steve
Giant did
Rogers.
some work though. After, if you watch it, he did some work.
Was it the Ellie? Was it the Legacy one?
No, there's no Legacy Frost Giant.
Oh, that's right. That's Ymir. Okay. All right. And then that's the team.
So this is like the typical, right? He's playing that Magneto.
I know.
He played it up
team. I was like, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, you just love that free running shot. He's like, dude, I get so many things because he can give him like Pen Blast or Precision Strike with Nathaniel, and then he picks Energy Explosion with Predator. So then he's doing, he can do all kinds of stuff. And then of course Micron will follow. It's like your typical Alpha Strike team, and then something dies, and then he retails. And that's like, it's kind of like a back and forth team. You hit. So I hit first. Hopefully it's hard enough that when you hit me back, it's not enough for you to kill me, and then I hit you again, and then like it's enough. Because his finishing move really is Frost Giant coming across and doing an AoE attack for like 5, because it's with Empower and double Empower from the Doctor Strange and Micron. But the prob is only Felix Faust, and if he goes down or something bad happens and he misses, it's tough, because if you look, his stat boosts really are from just the Doctor Strange, I think, right? Doctor Strange gives +1 attack when he gives Empower or Enhancement, and the Magneto gets +1 attack. It's hard because these guys start at 10, so they're just going up to 11, which is like a standard, like the average now, right?
Yeah.
So
still, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I mean, Roland, you played against this. What'd you think?
I did, and so for if the players are familiar with what Magneto and or Micron do, you can kind of see where he's going with it. Where it's going to snooker you is you don't see how potent it can be right off the bat. Like Magneto basically can get like a +2/+3 coming in and with like 2 powers on him. So like he's playing, and he's gonna come at you, but just how strong that first punch is going to catch a lot of players off guard. And if he can snooker you and get some good KOs or some good damage in, and then you can't counter punch a strong back, then like the team plays out like Pat says, where it just goes hit for hit for hit, right? But if somebody just thinks, oh, early in the prelims, this guy's just playing for fun, he's not doing anything. What do these guys do? There's no threats. You're going to take it lightly, and it's going to, surprise opponents, and that's a good strategy to have going into it. So,
Jeff, do you think his version that he played with the Wonder Woman at the same place without that he played in silver would be good ported over to bronze? Do you remember that? You played him.
Yeah. I played against it.
Because the ID cards were key, but like if he ported that version over, I feel like that's better because he just did like. And
like
it's
the
also
ID
more
cards were
resilient.
cool, but he relies on the Wonder Woman hitting, right? And just the chain of that. So I think he could port it over for sure. Like that was nasty. And then just locks you down. You can't move. Ugh.
Also, he had like multiple perplexes, whatever. But the other thing
and
too with the other team was, the Wonder Woman that's giving. I'm sorry. When he hits, that Wonder Woman when she hits, she gives him immobile.
Yeah.
So if he's able to do it on the correct piece, like. That would be very hard for them to, like, let's say a Thanos. And now he's dead because he can't leave. So now they just wail on him. But I was really, really impressed with how strong Frost Giant is. Okay, here's my issue with this. They're all Magneto starts at a 10, Doctor Strange is a 10, Felix Faust is a 10, Frost Giant's a 10. Those are his attackers. And then Micron is the only one that has like a decent attack value in today's game. So he has to put Predator, he has to put Doctor Strange. So he has to like pay more points to get him to the average.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So like a 50-point Magneto nowadays would straight up just be an 11 attack. But because you don't have that 11 attack, you have to pay 25 points for Predator. And then now you have to pay for Doctor Strange to give you the +1 attack, So I definitely commend him for playing all of these older things because a team like this is perfect for collector because he has uncommon, rares, and commons all over the place. But the Frost Giant, when it retails, it's at least an 11 attack, and it's an AOE of 3 within itself, and he just does his damage value. It doesn't you don't divide it. It's not a replacement. Which means if he's doing 5 and there's like an AOE of like 3 or 4 people, man, that's 5 damage to like the board for 20 points.
That's like Miss Marvel too, right? That's really good. I remember
something like that. Yeah. So I mean,
yeah,
I saw him do it one time where I think they killed after his alpha. He killed one of these guys, and then he set up the retail with Frost Giant, and it just like. Took off 3 more pieces from the board because he did 5 to everyone.
Dang,
oh my god,
that's very impressive.
Jesus, yeah. So
sneaky,
pretty scary, man.
Yeah, because all right, I was like, all right, Frost Giant, like what the fuck? And then you're just playing what it did, and the combo. I was like, oh, he got you. sneaky.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I like the tech that he does with these kind of teams. He's Mr. Alpha Strike, but not your traditional Alpha Strike.
Yeah, Wes never plays mainstream meta stuff.
You're gonna have to look up what this Magneto does for sure.
All right, guys, let's check out 6th place. Marcus, Cosmic Theme +5, Emperor Gladiator plus Predator, popular entity it seems like. 70-point Franklin Von Doom, Mr. Oz, High Evolutionary Dark Phoenix. Remaker Ring. So kind of hard to kill team.
Yeah, it's your gladiator. It's your gladiator cosmic team, right? It's imagine looking at what's the name was playing it? Jonathan.
Yeah.
So instead of Marvel and Nova, it's Emperor Gladiator, right? Something like that, because it's like almost the same kind of pieces.
Emperor Blue Boy, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I didn't get to see him play it though. I mean, I wish we could have had him on stream, but. It just worked out. It didn't, but he made top 8, so it's a good team. Did you see this team at all?
No, this is one of the few teams in the top 8 that I didn't get to play. So I mean, just looking at what Franklin has, 2 stop clicks? High Evolutionary has a stop click. Does Mr. Oz have stop clicks at 40?
No, senses.
Senses. Okay, so it's just, but again, he's only 40, so if they're going after it, so it's, if you go after Emperor Gladiator to try to get the points, then everybody else does their thing. If you go after everybody else, you're putting in a lot more resources to try to get those points and not tagging Emperor Gladiator, you know. So no, it's a good 10-pull team around a running shadow with Emperor Gladiator. You got all the pieces for it. Yeah.
And what's cool is he can mastermind a Franklin too to get to the stop click. And then Franklin's angry.
Yeah, and then he busts out Galactus or whatever it is.
Yeah. No, he's just his stop click. He's just a 20. I think
it's that Franklin. Okay, it's not the one that makes the Pog.
Pog, no.
Okay.
Yeah, this is, so he just gets angry and he's like a 20. So it's like, or 19 or whatever. So
yeah,
that's
like
actually
19 to 20 or something.
That's really smart. I like that little trick if he can do that, because that's, I mean, I think he went 2-2. I think he just lost the last. I mean, obviously he lost in the top 8, but that's a cool team. I like it.
Well, so far for what we're seeing is we're seeing new ideas. We're seeing some figures or some tech that you haven't seen before that somebody else, if they look at it, there's potential there. Maybe they take it and run with another idea. Like, I'm going to mastermind a Franklin Von Doom. Okay, I'm going to make him big. There's a few other figures out there that their last few clicks are monster clicks and have stop clicks on them. You mastermind to them, so then you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. Make the opponent choose something. So there's ideas here that the field can use here and take for future tournaments that you can see without just copying their team.
So there's also, between this and the Alpha Strike team that Wes did is just like a whole new. It's your standard Alpha Strike type team that could go across in one turn, but he's putting his own twist. Jose tooled with Leonardo on a Latveria team, and then Marcus is tooling with Franklin Von Doom on a Cosmic team. So it's like these little changes to see if they can answer what the meta game looks like, which is that's what Bronze is all about, because you should be able to have answers as long as you build it and predict what the meta game will look like when you play.
Yeah.
All right, let's check out 5th place. Anthony Bargon. Bargon brothers both made top 8
with the BBW right here.
All right,
this was an easy one.
All right, so we got She-Hulk Legacy, Arcade, Sky Tyrant, Invisible Woman, Collector Groot, Pim Pocket Tank, Suited Henchman, Venom Harness.
Yeah, dude, there's so much going on here. You like the
look, looks
look
like a fun
name.
team.
Hey, look at the name that I put for it. This will be a good one.
Arcade Collector.
Nice. So this team, I was like, dude, your team does so many things. First of all, it's an arcade team. Second, it's a collector team. Third, it's a swap team. And then he still has like Alpha Strike capabilities with Sky Tyrant, and he still has tank on it. So it has like all of these things. So it's a swap team with not like a full swap, right? He only has 2 guys.
Yeah.
The good thing here is that the She-Hulk Legacy, you can swap her out along with the Invisible Woman after you get the roll thing with the map roll.
Nice.
Right. So he's like, okay, well, now that I used it, if I don't need her, then I take her out, and then he puts in all these other guys, and he has a bunch of silver bullets. Also, she actually has a trait that actually is relevant in this metagame. She basically nerfs opposing primes. Right. So if it's her or next to her, you get, I think you only take maximum 1 from a prime, and then you get like a stat bonus against primes. So as long as they're, so I actually saw him play it against a Vision Prime, and the guy was like, "This is annoying," because he has to go through 1 damage to each guy over and over and over until they went down. The only thing is, since his team can't really deal with Vision, like he KOs like the support, but Vision will end up KOing more. Right, because the support is under 100 points, and he's gonna kill a Sky Tyrant, and then like a collector, and you're already at 75, and one more guy, you're probably up. So that's basically what he ended up doing. But I think
So
it's fun.
She-Hulk's trait, She-Hulk and adjacent friendly characters modify attack +1 when attacking a prime.
There you go.
She-Hulk and adjacent friendly characters take a maximum of 1 damage from prime characters.
Yeah. That's so
Batman
funny.
Prime who?
Yeah.
Destroyer who?
Well, Batman Prime is usually going to be mind controlling, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying later down on his lower clicks if he's deciding
Oh,
to
yeah.
for like 5 damage.
If that happens, I think you already lost because he should be dead.
Yeah.
Like he should almost never be on the last click. He should be taking 4. Or at least in a point where he's just like you use your turn to kill him, because getting down on that click and he shoots you, oh my god, it's like that's bad news, dude.
Scary. All right. Good job, Anthony. You said he got a BBW for this?
Yeah, he got this one. Yeah, it's the most creative.
I like it.
I mean,
There's a lot of potential there, especially with the arcade. I like that.
So initially he had Batman Prime instead of Sky Tyrant, but it was just too slow.
Got it.
So I was like, just throw Sky Tyrant and just like wreck them, because after Sky Tyrant attacks, if you win the map, then arcade can tank through Sky Tyrant. And then that's like they're like way behind now,
You're like, good game.
And then yeah. So now we get to the top 4, which is like very kind of easy to go over.
All right. So we got Aaron Williams with a Thanos, Legacy Thanos, Nighthawk Prime, Ferengi Salvage Crew, and a 10-point alchemical fire.
There's the tech.
There you go, Kaufman.
Yeah, I know, dude. What he was telling me, we were talking about, I was like, yeah, there was a guy up north in Newark that ran it, and he was just mind controlling, unequipping people.
It was hilarious.
So that's pretty cool, man. It's Nighthawk Prime and Thanos. I mean,
yeah,
it's like you put those two together and then just add whatever you want.
It's like a pumpkin spice latte of Bronze Age right now.
It's your choice of milk for your coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you Roland played him.
I did. So I played him in the semifinals that you were fortunately recorded. And when that gets posted, you guys have to watch that match, because I almost flipped the table. Roland from like 3 years ago probably would have broken something at some point in the middle of the game.
Whoa. We don't do that here, Roland.
I know.
So,
that's fine. I'm glad I did.
But like, I mean, just a mild spoiler. I think you rolled 7 times and you didn't roll 1-5. Sorry, you rolled 1-5 and then he probbed you into a 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So, for all intents and purposes, the game should have been over.
Yeah.
But Aaron was feeling nice, and he decided to pass the turn.
Yeah. It might have
essentially passed the turn.
It might have been the most brutal sequence I've ever gone through in my Heroclix career, to be honest.
And you were so open for a counterattack.
Yeah.
And he just didn't do enough.
No.
Although if you watch it, if I'm gonna do the breakdown, I'm gonna show you like what it could have been, because I pointed it out.
Oh yeah.
Like how bad it would have been. But like the fact that you missed, like exacerbated it.
Yeah.
But like we always joke around here, when in doubt, pass the turn and clear tokens. So that's essentially what it did. I don't know, because I left. I went to the other table because I was like, you lost, and then I come over and I'm like, you're still playing. And then not only were you still playing, but then you were winning, and I'm like, what's going on here? Because then he thought he was winning, and you're like, no, I think I'm up.
Yeah, I was up.
And then I was like, okay. I was like, all right, well, I guess this is interesting. I don't know what happened, so I guess we're gonna have to watch and see what happened, because I thought you were dead. Like you were dead to rights. I was like, I left.
So for this team, and I guess it's part of how he was playing it was very defensive.
Yep.
Very methodical.
Super conservative. Conservative.
And he was using Thanos for mind control and to try to have my characters do the damage. And he wasn't attacking with Thanos. He was using his action, if he was using it at all, to get away on the movement part or something. So
yes.
It just wasn't very defensive, not even aggro or even middle. It was very defensive, and that's what cost him there in the end.
Yeah.
So.
But
definitely watch when that gets posted. I'll put some comments. We'll break that one down on there. But no, again, your typical Thanos Nighthawk Prime with a little bit of meta thrown in there with the Ferengi Salvage Crew. I do like that as well. So
I like that one.
Yeah.
All right.
And then we get to the one
Third
that was supposed to be a
place.
meme. The meme team ends up making third.
So Legacy Thanos and Nimrod Prime.
The easiest thing to write was this: no sideline.
Why don't
2
I get
maps,
teams
2
like this when I'm
figures.
typing shit up?
Oh God! Well, you got to go to Arizona because it's all like this. Oh my God! This is, I had to read like Nimrod a bunch of times. I'm like, why does this guy keep winning? Like, they can't kill. They can't kill. I think his only loss was like when they killed the Nimrod, and then like that was it, because he couldn't get enough back.
Yeah,
but then
that makes sense.
he in the third place game, he destroyed Thanos. He destroyed Thanos. He destroyed Aaron's Thanos, which was crazy, dude. Like that game was so fast. That's why I went back to your game, Roland, because they were done.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you guys are still playing, but like what? The other game was supposed to go to time, not you guys.
Yeah.
But you ended up going to time on the your. Yeah.
So look.
Oh no, I'm sorry. The finals game, they actually finished before you guys. I think. Right. Yeah.
But I mean,
because
looking at Nimrod Prime, he's got he's Cosmic Energy team ability, so you can't outwit him. 4 clicks of Invincible, 3 clicks of Toughness. Then he has a stop click. On his stop click, it's Invincible and Regen. So if they whittle him down, he can hit to a stop click. If he times it right, he'll at least regen back up off of it, and another have to be double hit the next time to try to get KO'd. So really hard to deal with if Thanos is also mind controlling you to hit yourself and move away out of range. However, he's using that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like as close to a point denial unless you're like aggressive.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because it's hard to kill it, but I mean, you can. In bronze, it's very easy to kill this team if you can play the right team.
And also, you have to be playing offensive. You can't be playing holding back a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
So here's the other 10 polls alive. Remember, Jeff, we were talking about if Justin Seifert were unbanned? Maybe we don't. Look at this.
Dude, if Justin Seifert was unbanned, Vision Prime would be wrecking shop.
And he got second here, and Vision Prime got top 3rd in Washington, or top 4. So it's getting there.
Yeah.
All right. So 200-point Vision Prime, full big boy. We got Venom Magneto, Split Lip, Marvella, Eye of Agamotto, and Mjolnir. Scotty's Hammer, which is exploit.
Yep, exploit with flurry.
Charge. Yeah.
Yeah, and now he has flurry. Yeah, he was wrecking fools with that. For sure. I watched him. He goes very defensive at first. He'll go to the corner and barrier up with Marvella while he gets his shit together, and then he's gonna TK with Magneto. Sometimes double TK him, and then Vision just goes, and then it's just he solos the team. But he doesn't have to go that far because he has 8 range for his Mjolnir.
It's beautiful.
So it's pretty cool. I liked it. I like it a lot. Obviously, if you don't pick up the stuff,
it's rough.
Then you're rough because I saw a couple rounds where I saw one round where he didn't pick it up and he's just like the team just did nothing. Like he picked up Mjolnir and just basically it was against you and then he just didn't really do it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, if you don't pick your shit up with relics,
it's scary.
It gets a little harder.
It's scary, dude.
It also depends on how you when you're building a team like that with a split lip with relics, you need to plan it out where if I don't pick it up turn 1, what am I doing? Do I leave them? Do I ignore them? Do I try to pick them up again? How do I play it out? And you need to have sort of that path, that algorithm in your mind of how does it go depending on what I'm playing. Because most players assume they're going to pick it up, and when they don't, they freeze and they don't know how to adapt on turn 2, right? So you need to have that strategy already mapped out in your head. How am I playing this if I don't pick up in these situations? How does the teamwork go? And that's for most teams that have those relics that they pick up, I think, anyway.
I almost feel like if you're going to play relics at this point, because it's just showing how the Thanos Nighthawk, the one that you played, Jeff, how it works, where you don't need to waste an action to pick up an equipment. Because here, to me, it's wasting an action to pick up an equipment when I would rather use the free action to power action to pick up the key relic that I need.
Yeah.
Like Thanos, if you pick up the puzzle, if you miss the first time, you get a second one because you get the power. But if you're playing like, let's say, Alchemical Fire, Thanos has to power action to pick up the fire, which means you only have one roll for the relic, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you pick up the first relic on the first roll, then you power action to pick up the second one, not an equipment. That's why I think maybe going forward, just from odds perspective, playing relics on your guy is better than playing an equipment with a relic on that guy, if that makes sense.
So either go equipment or
yes,
go relic. Don't
because
mix
you have to because you only have one shot on turn one to get it, whereas if you don't have an equipment, you have two.
Yeah,
that's way better, right? Especially if you really, really need to get that Agamotto.
And that just gives you an excuse to rock an entity.
Yeah, you can do that too. Yeah, exactly. See, this is a perfect example why Jose did really well with his, because he started with Parallax and he used his first turn to pick up both the Arc Arms and the Electroblast Ring.
Yeah.
So that's why he was so successful, because let's say on turn one, you only get one out of the two rolls. And then the next turn, he has two chances to get it. And then by then you're there's a good chance you'll get both. And then now you still have your free mind control or whatever. So I think for in terms of tent poles only though, like this, because it's very obviously if you're doing this, it is imperative you get the relic or else your team doesn't function.
Yeah, you need to allocate your actions to getting that relic.
Yeah.
But also, I think most players, when they're building the team and they're going into a tournament, they're making some assumptions of what their opponent's going to do, especially in their first 2 or 3 rounds. And this is what opponents do. I have time to do this. And as we've talked about before here on the podcast, if you change that up or if you disrupt that, the player doesn't know how to respond. Their recipe is to do this. Well, if you throw a monkey wrench in there, they can't adapt to go a different route on that.
I've always talked about the adaptive qualities of players. That's being if something goes awry, like what do you do?
Yeah.
If you don't know, then shit, I don't know what to do, right? There's one thing though that I think is very important in this format. Also, it's like this in Modern now. And maybe it's just that our format and the people that play just aren't as like versed in it yet, but you have to expect on turn 2, this going forward, anyone who's playing, if going forward on turn 2, you have to expect them to be able to get you.
Yes.
On turn 2. If they think first, because when I was watching there too, sometimes there was like 2 or 3 turns where they're just kind of dirtling around, just picking up their stuff, setting up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, turn 1 is the setup turn. Turn 2, go.
Yeah.
It has to be like that. And every player, if anybody's listening, when you play in a tournament like this, you have to go in expecting turn 2, they're going to get you, whether it's you doing it or them doing it. So if you win map, you better get them on turn 2, because you sure as hell will get hit on turn 2 from that end. So I think that's something that as time goes on, when people play more tournaments, play more rounds, play more games, they're going to start seeing that they're like, you know what? I keep getting hit on turn 2. I keep getting hit on turn 2. Let me change up my team. Let me change up my strategy and whatever.
Because it's not every team you're going to face, but that type of team is in the environment and you will face it. And you have to whatever you build, however you strategize, you have to have that plan in. What if I face that? How do I change my first 2 or 3 turns?
No, what I'm saying is every team that's good, if you're going to play in the top 8, okay, let's look at every single team here. Is there a team here that cannot get you on turn 2? The answer is no.
No.
That's what I'm saying. The teams where you're dirtling around, they're not in the top 8. Because they can't get you on turn 2.
Oh, no, they're not in the top 8, or unless they're playing like a defense show or something. But even in the prelims, like you need to have the plan for what am I facing? I can identify what I'm facing. How do I go against it?
Yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying, you have to play your team like you're gonna get hit on turn 2, unless you know for sure that they're not doing that. But now if they're not doing that, then they're playing something where they can hit you from, I don't know, like the Gamma Bomb team. It's just fine. We're just gonna wait until it goes off. That means you have to move up. So, but that's a whole nother thing. But I'm just saying, like, that should no longer be like a thing for people to like, oh well, he got me on turn 2, I didn't get to set up. Like, well, yeah, you should know that.
Alrighty, friends, let's check out Roland's winning team. All right, so Roland, you want to take us through it?
Sure. So first off, I gotta flex a little bit. We got it right here. This is part of the prize kit that all the judges get, which is pretty awesome. All right, so you can see the Bronze Age winner over there. So far,
yours is blurry. I'll hold mine up.
Oh, okay. See, there we go. That's like holding up the belts, right? That's like holding up the belts that we have. I mean, there's only 9 of us that have these right now.
Pat's gonna bring his wall down.
No, Pat should bring his Hall of Fame ring. Is what he should bring.
Oh, dude, facts.
Yeah,
dude,
but I think it just goes.
Hold
to
on,
show...
I can't see it because of the background.
Oh yeah, there.
I can't see it. But I think it just goes to show, like, just in general, like, how many tournaments, a regional tournament, a local tournament, do you get a custom
Hall of Fame
plaque
inductee? I see it.
for
Nice.
winning?
I like it.
You know, like the prizing and the quality that you get in the Majestix series for winning the qualifiers, for winning the big 2K, it's there. The prestige is there that you can show off.
That's what we're going for.
Base. Yeah, exactly. So
that's going to make up for all the prizing we can't give.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather have a plaque than,
dude,
you know,
trust me,
2
everyone
boosters or something, or an LE or whatever.
You know what's weird? It's funny because, like, people do say, like, dude, I don't even. Yeah, you're right. I don't care about the brick. Like, give me whatever, but I want to win.
Yeah. I want to. It wants to say winner next to my name. That's the important part.
Yeah. And
so the Gamora police team, just a little bookkeeping. I know Jeff was rushed when he typed this in here, so I actually didn't run a Gamma Bomb.
This wasn't me.
Wait.
This wasn't me.
No. Did you refresh it, Jeff? Refresh it.
Okay, maybe we'll get there. But I ran a lightning ring.
There we go. There we go.
Look at that. That's the magic of the internet right there for you folks. So, similar build to what I ran down in Artesia, where I top forward with it. I ended up changing out the final object from a Harley's hammer to a Joker's gas canister, changed up a couple of the maps, and then added a few things to my sideline for the trouble alerts and everything like that, just so that I round it out on there. But other than that, the team plays the same way that it did when I first played the team. And traditionally, I don't like playing the same team twice, but
just gonna say that. I was like, hold on, I'm gonna interrupt you there. You called out whoever it was, I remember. I don't play the same team, and then you're doing this right now.
And I'm doing it, and if you look at the whole season over the course of the summer, what you're seeing is a player who built a unique team and is their build, play it, do well, come back a qualifier or two later and end up winning with it. So it's different than how it was.
As long as you do it.
History of the Heroclix, where, like, and after playing this again, getting 7 tournament rounds under my belt down in Artesia made a huge difference playing this in Arizona. Like, just getting that extra experience, seeing what a team can do, especially if it's your own build and it's not something that you net decked or kind of tweaked on something from there. So,
so the qualifier, I guess that variant was
the qualifier has to be yours.
Yeah.
Otherwise, otherwise it's bad, right? Is that what it is? All right. Damn, dude, Clay again. Jesus, Clay's just getting it from all sides.
Poor guy.
But
Jesus.
But I mean, we've talked about the team before for when we did the Artesia podcast. You guys go see it on there. I'm going to have 3 games that were on stream that'll be posted to the Majestix YouTube channel. So you'll be able to see the team in action. In all 3 games, the team plays very differently. And that's one of the very subtle things I like about the team, is that the mechanics of it, how it plays offensively, plays about 3 different ways. And then I can change it up depending on what I'm playing, if there's something I want to do turn one or switch up the map, or if I'm going against a specific build for how it can play that way as well. So it's very versatile, and it comes down to the versatility with Lieutenant Gordon and Martian Manhunter. The mobility allows it to play multiple ways. And Gamora, the way she's designed, she can go after a tentpole figure and single target it, or she can attack multiple figures with their 3 lightning bolts and deal 4+ damage to all of them. So she can handle all types of teams on how their attacking core is. And then the team can play multiple ways depending on how the opponent sets up and goes. And the team can play in the starting area. It can play Alpha Strike and go starting area to starting area. It can play in the middle of the map, whatever it needs to do. So the versatility is one of the things that I was not expecting when I put it together on paper, and even the first time down in Artesia when I played it.
Now, it's like, it's so weird because like there's no, it's 5 little guys. They're all like, they all look kind of soft.
Yep.
They're like low everything, right?
Yep.
No retals.
Nope.
Nothing like out of the ordinary, really. But nope. You know, you are, were you 13-1 or something?
7 and 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 13-1. Yeah.
13-1.
Okay.
13-1. Yeah, who's that one loss?
The one loss is one of our co-hosts over there.
Hey.
Who's running the Thanos Prime. So he got his plaque from my one loss, and it was a good game on that one. Yeah.
So,
that was fun.
Do you think? Okay, now this is gonna be interesting.
Okay.
Do you think if someone else, okay, let's say Patrick or Clay or Alyssa, if they played this, would they have the same result?
No. I don't know Clay and Alyssa's history well enough. I know Patrick.
Well, just know that they're the top 2 people that are in the series.
In terms of how long they're playing. And the reason is I played Lieutenant Gordon when he was modern, and I've been playing him, and I know what he can do with cop cars and with the ATA. And that history and that experience is invaluable that you're going to need of how this plays. I don't know if Clay or Alyssa ever played him back then in that era. If they did, then yeah, they can do as well. If not, then no, they're not going to do as well because they don't have
what if it was a 5-8 player or a 9-16 player? Because remember, there's a difference between 1-4 and 5-8. Like, let's say someone that's like they want a net deck.
They want if somebody net
deck and like a decent player, and they play this. How would they do?
If I had 2 weeks to train them on the team, or
if they picked it up,
they saw this list, they want to go to Kokomo and play it, which is what they do, and they're gonna practice themselves or whatever.
No, they won't do as well.
Okay. I always say it would come back as user error, 100% of the time. This is why I'm on this way. That's why I was like, you would have totally undermined me if you said yes, because I always go with, it's always been, and this is a philosophy, not a truth, because people will say, what about this? What about that? I'm like, philosophy, not a truth. It's always the player, not the team, because the given is you're going to have a good team to play. Like if you're a really good player, it's already a given that you're going to go to an event with a top tier team. That's just whether it's a certain style or not, it's something else, but it's good. But 9 times out of 10, or almost 10 times out of 10, the player who is better will just win. That's just it's always been true in that way. And people that want to say otherwise, I always hear people, and this is what it gets lost in the conversation when people are talking about teams on like Facebook groups and whatever, the podcast. They're always talking about teams. I'm like, how about you talk about your skill and your habits and how you position and stuff like that? They never talk about that. They only talk about the teams. And I'm like, and then they say, well, I lost because this, like they'll say why it's bad or whatever. And I always go with, did you ever take into account that maybe you just didn't play as well?
Yeah.
They never take that into account. They always go with, I lost because of this team, as opposed to that player.
Yeah. And
I had this discussion before where it's like a slap in the face.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, that guy had to do something, right?
Yeah. And it's one of those things where if you're building the team, you know why all the parts are on there and what's not on there. And we'll use an example. Martian Manhunter's on there over Harvey Bullock. Well, when I'm building the team and I'm running through the motions and I'm seeing what Martian Manhunter can do and what Harvey can do and why he's better than Harvey, I know why Martian's on the team. Even if something as simple as the difference between Harley's hammer and Joker gas canister, or why do I have the lightning ring on the team? Is it important? What does it do? But on certain games, I'm like, I don't need to pick it up. I can just go, and the lightning ring's it's not that recipe of I have to equip turn one. You don't know that unless you either built the team or kind of were coached by the person who kind of built the team on there. So that's one of the downsides of net decking. They can see the final build, but they don't see the process that got you to that final build and all that knowledge you get from that process of why something's really on there and what I envision them doing. My play style is X. I envision this to happen. That's why this figure is there. I'm going to play it this way. You know?
Well, now I'm gonna push back a little bit on that because there is a player here that this is why I'm saying it has really nothing to do with that to me. There's a player by the name of Matty G, who can literally take a team that you brought him at a tournament and he'll go undefeated. Like, I would not be surprised if he took your team and he just asks you what does it do and you give him a little 5-minute thing.
Yeah.
Without practicing, and he will go undefeated. He's been doing this for years. That's why he's also world champion. Yeah. But that's how good he is. His onboard skills and analysis and adaptation skills are on point. So that's why, like, you don't need. He doesn't. It's really on the player.
Yeah.
To really just understand how to play, as opposed to having everything to explain to them. You know what I mean? You just kind of give them the gist, and they go.
You know, Matty's the 1%er of the 1%er. You know. So those guys can play multiple styles, adapt, pick up on the fly. You know, if you're talking about your solid, good tournament player that can do stuff,
for sure. The 5 through 8.
Yeah, and the 5 through 8s, but even some of your regional 1 through 4s and everything, right? Like, I mean, there is
1 through 4s are always going to win, dude. Let's not 1 through 4s. It's always been like that. Yeah. 1 through 4s is the same people. Just look.
Yeah. So, but no, I was really happy with the build. Went 7-0 with it. So 13-1 over 2 tournaments with it.
Beat Wes on the way.
Wes. Beat Wes on the way. I will say this, in my prelims, all 4 of my prelim opponents made the top 8. So it's not like I got an easy round or an easy build in there or something. The team put in the work, but just the versatility and what it can do and how strong it is, and proving Gamora Prime's a top tier player, at least in bronze with the ATA, like it's got all the components to it. And you're right. It's very unassuming. When the opponent looks at the build list or sits down with it or whatever, it doesn't have the scariness that other teams might.
Although on camera, I'm going to definitely point to. I'm going to start doing these analysis. I feel bad because I'm not going to mean that where they're going to feel like I'm not trying to make him not feel stupid, but he made one mistake that cost him the game, and you would have lost for sure.
Which game?
Wes, because he remember when he took back
the energy explosion.
He goes, so he does this, Jeff. He goes, I'm going to pick energy explosion. And he thinks about it. He does all the moves and goes, you know what? Yeah. Can I go back and choose shape change? He says, yes. So sure enough, he's already looking at Gamora on the back, who's on her last click.
Yeah.
He tried to hide her, but it's not going to be, you can't hide her when there's an energy explosion coming.
I know.
Sure enough, he takes a shot, but doesn't have the energy explosion.
Oh no.
You roll the super senses. And then he looks at me, he goes, if I energy explosion, even if he rolled senses, would it still hit Gamora? I go, if you hit her, yeah. And
yeah, she's a target, yeah.
And then she would have died instead. Yeah. You know what happened? And you know what happened? He goes, hold on. That's the second evidence token. So I'm going to put it on. And it's on his turn. He goes, I'm going to remove 2, port over there, and delete your 3 guys from the map.
Done.
And then I was like, well, that's game because she just did like 12 damage to everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she was double token too, so that evidence token made it like that much more perfect. So I was like, wow, that was good. But I mean, hey, like he was really worried about certain things, but I'm like, remember I was explaining, I was like, you're already losing.
Yeah.
Like if you don't do that, you're gonna lose anyway. So you might as well try to go for something.
I mean, and I'll say this: the team's not infallible. No team is infallible. No player is infallible. There were across both ICQs I played it in. There were times when I either made a mistake or I got caught off guard or the team got punched in the mouth. One of the benefits of the team is that it can recover from being punched in the mouth. If the opponent lets it recover. To do that.
They made the mistake, or let's say you made a mistake, but they were not good enough to
capitalize.
Punish you for it,
and that's huge.
Yeah,
because that's a big part too. Because I've seen it where you're like, oh, I just got like wrecked, and then how did I win? Like, well, because they didn't do the proper things to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So that's good. Like, kudos, man. Good job. Congrats.
Thank you.
It's because Roland is our is basically the de facto head judge for the Invitational. Alex is going to be there. And he's bringing 3 other people.
Yep. That was part of the stipulation. Is like I passed down the invite to the 2K, but he needs to bring a full car of 4 people.
I really believe there's going to be more. I do because when it gets closer and we start hyping it up, they're going to want to come.
So Alex is coming with a car of 4. That's not counting Jordan and David who are coming too. So that's 6 from Arizona coming. Kind of just already confirmed.
Wes already said he's coming. It's Wes. Yeah. It's Wes. Alex. Hopefully Paskey.
Yeah.
And then what's his name said he was gonna go? Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron says he's going. Yeah.
Thanos Ferengi.
Mm-hmm. So they're gonna have a crew there. They're gonna have a big crew, and they put on a good tournament. They well hosted. I actually spent the weekend in Phoenix and Tucson, and I played in a tournament in Phoenix on Friday. I went to their Saturday venue in Tucson on Saturday. Played here on Sunday. Guys were nothing but cordial, very hospitable. It's very, very welcoming just to come in and play and everything like that. Really nice places to play at. So it was really cool. Yeah, good tournament.
Nice.
Just go down there, Jeff, real quick for the
BBWs.
The BBWs.
We're not gonna
because one of them's a cool. We got to read this other. I don't know what this is really. So you got to read it. So we know Anthony already got it.
Yep.
But look at this team.
So Rory Adams, a Shi'ar theme +4, Emperor Gladiator. Leandra from Wolverine and the X-Men. You're gonna have to bring that one up.
Yeah.
Shi'ar Soldier, Jason Esparta, Shi'ar Soldier, Alchemical Potion. So that's not the Alchemical Fire. Okay. No, Super Soldier Serum and the Reign of Terror location bonus.
So just keep this in mind with this guy. If he won this last round, he would have been in top 8. But he ended up losing to Nimrod.
Bummer.
But that's how close it was, man.
Yeah, so Lilandra from Wolverine and the X-Men has a trait. By the way, she's 93 points.
I think Craig played her.
Yeah, she has a trait. Other friendly characters with the Shi'ar keyword within 8 modify their attack value +1. Other friendly characters with the Imperial Guard keyword within 8 modify their damage +1.
Dang, right away, +1.
You're giving Emperor Gladiator a +1/+1.
Woo.
She has
Collector who?
I know, right?
She has damage, power, leadership. She can use enhancement in leadership. When she uses leadership and succeeds, in addition to the normal effects, she remove an action token from adjacent friendly character with the Shi'ar keyword. So she can take off 2 tokens. And then here's the best part about her. Her attack power. Give Lilandra a free action and choose a friendly character not within 6 squares. That character can use sidestep this turn. If that character has the Shi'ar or X-Men keyword, you may give Lilandra a power action instead, and then place that character adjacent to her.
Dang, bat signaled.
Yep. Dude. So if Emperor Gladiator goes all the way out, attacks, Lilandra can power action, bring him all the way back. Or from when I was talking with Rory briefly, he says what he likes to do is move Lilandra all the way up, power action, and then have Emperor Gladiator follow to then go attack after that. So
the what he does is he'll carry the 3. He'll carry not Gladiator.
Right.
And he'll use Jason of Sparta's ability. So then the next turn, Lilandra will just call over Gladiator
and go. That's good.
It's pretty sick, dude. And he has a super soldier serum on Gladiator too.
Yeah.
So he's taking tokens off like almost every turn because she gets to take it off and he gets to take it off because he has willpower, double will, +1 on the willpower.
Yeah.
And he has leadership himself. So, and each one that he makes, each CR soldier is a +1/+1 from Lalandra.
Yep.
That could be some there, man. I mean, maybe you don't play Descent of Sparta, but hey.
Isn't that Doom's Castle bonus where it's the guaranteed leadership once a game?
That's if you lose.
If you lose, but you get to re-roll your leadership if you win the map.
Okay. All right.
So he can re-roll he's using it with Gladiator so that he can keep generating these 11 for 3 or 11 for 4 damage soldiers.
It's like playing the CR with the flags, but
dude,
Leandra's
and that's what he does.
So much better.
He puts the flag down too.
Yeah. And
he goes like this in one of the rounds. He goes, hey, check this out. I know you like to see cool stuff. I have 2 flags. Like, oh, crap.
Because Gladiator
so
gives +1 damage for close flags.
Yeah. It's pretty cool, man. So
wow.
and it's a +1 attack, I believe, because they're Shiar, right, from Lalandra.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is cool, man. It seemed like a really because like
the synergy is really good.
This would really qualify at the Vegas at your event because 153 points are from bronze.
From old bronze, yes, exactly. Yeah.
That's really cool. That's why I was like, Paul, do we even need to give like anyone else than this guy? He is literally half his team.
Yeah.
Is this and no one else is that? And he's like, yeah, we gotta give it to him.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I'm excited.
I like it.
Alrighty, let's move on to topic 3. We're going to dig into the rest of the national championships that we have not seen yet. We went over the Mexico one, I believe, the Secret 6.
Yeah.
The United Kingdom national champion, we haven't gone over yet, have we?
No, I don't think we've really gone over these.
Yeah. All right. So Alex Crow, first place, Spider-Man family theme +7. He's playing the Scarlet Witch, the Thing from Fantastic Four, Sakaran Iron Man, Invisible Woman, Spider-Man, Human Torch, Marvella, and then he's got he's got some swapping friends on the sideline. Lockjaw, Franklin Richards, Doctor Doom from Future Foundation, the Wizard from Future Foundation, High Evolutionary, and Mr. Fantastic, and Valerie Von Doom. So a lot of options.
So it's like a defense shell kind of, right? Because he's doing the Thing. And he's giving.
Oh, it's not that Thing. That Thing is the rare. That's not Dad Thing.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
So I think it's just for swap.
So it's just like okay. Dude, I don't even know, dude. Without knowing like what the swap like
options,
the iterations are. It's because I just assumed it's a Dad Thing, and then everybody's just like rocking a 20. Yeah,
I think he's doing definitely the Lockjaw carrying everyone. Franklin's probably picking powers. High Evolutionary is also solid, Mr. Fantastic if he needs to get rid of the blocking or any terrain. So, all right, cool. Spider-Man family, always a plus. Good to see something different.
Singapore, of course.
Singapore. Edison Lee won with Legacy Thanos, Captain Marvel Prime, The Watcher, Molecule Man, Captain Carter Shield. So, a defend shell Thanos.
Yeah, with Captain Marvel, yeah. It's your Thanos team. What are we gonna do, right? What are you gonna say?
And then, we already went over Canada. Yeah, we already went over Canada with Emily, right? Thanos. Yeah. This is pre-errata Thanos.
Yeah. Yep.
And then,
so can I make a suggestion for this page?
Yeah.
Can you add the date of whenever that national championship was? Because some of these are before X of Swords came out or before an errata or whatnot.
Yeah, I didn't have the exact dates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't. They just kind of list when they have them. I don't know. Maybe I'm sure they have the advertisements, but the advertisement's so last minute that you don't even know.
Like if I did a lot of research, I could do it, but it's not worth my time.
It's not because it's that this should be something that WizKids should be doing, not us. But because no one has them written down except us. Like this is the only way you can have
one place.
In one place because they have them on different pages, but they also have them as pictures of the sheets only.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So good luck.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, and then of course the most recent one.
Boy Wonder.
Yeah.
Isaac Arnold Berkowitz, Scarlet Witch, Karen Iron Man, Chipped, Felix Faust, Molecule Man, The Flash, Commissioner Gordon, Mary Jane Watson. So on par with just playing everything good, right? That's
all
what
the
Isaac
good
does.
stuff. Right? You know what? It looks like there should be a collector on this team, right? But there's not. But because it looks like with the amount of all these weird things on there, like the different, all the different rarities, sets, and whatever, but no theme. But I mean,
he just needs an uncommon.
Yeah. Jeez. Well, I guess if he does that too, then he'd have to take out either Sakari Iron Man and Scarlet Witch because they're all from Disney.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. So probably not worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, he kicked everyone's butt.
Yep.
All right, and then most recent.
Oh, look at this!
For sure was Australian Nationals, Chris Rizzi, Secret Six again, but a little different than the Mexico National. He has the all black Necro sword instead of why can't I remember? I just emotional modifier. Thank you. And then no map bonus. So it's do you think Secret Six is going to make a dent in Worlds? Or do you think it's just an outside?
Wait, hold on. Is there are map bonuses still around? The only one that's legal is the Latvarian one, right?
Latvarian Village, and the ones that came in the Masters of Evil one.
There's a few Fantastic Four ones, I think.
Oh, those are gone. Wait, the Masters of Evil, which one is that one? Did we not make?
We did.
Oh, we did?
I think so. I feel like
I don't think so.
The Masters of Evil.
The Masters of Evil, because Corey made these like a long time ago.
Oh, map info, no. Okay, so no, there's not. No. I'm being an idiot.
It's just, I think it's just
Petunia.
The Petunia and the Village, right? That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. So Doom can still do stuff in Modern.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Doom's still probably like one of the best ones you can do, but yeah, it's a I mean, Secret Six, right? It's one of those, it's like one of those trusty, like if you, what do I know that could be competitive and good? Secret Six, as long as you have the pieces.
Because it was really big when it first came out, like everyone was playing it, and then it like fell off hard.
Yep.
It's still good. You can outwit protected outwit. Dude, double Sky Tyrant. You don't have the power gem for the one, but Necro Sword does stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Like there's options.
It's not
as Waldo arms are a thing too.
Yeah, it's not as potent, but it's still strong. So. All right. So that's Nationals. That's the 5 minutes that we spend on Modern.
Modern is a thing. All right, so we're gonna jump into topic 4. And Roland presented a question. Should maps from all Bronze Age sets, so starting in Superman all the way to Modern, be allowed with, of course, a ban list?
Go ahead, Roland. This is yours. So what do you think?
So on this one, I would say yes. We should allow maps from all of the sets. It is a Bronze Age. We're pulling figures from all of them, and that if you look at the map list that we currently have, if you're looking for a certain type of map, indoor or something with, indoor maze or with some walls or whatever, some of those you just can't find it. It seems like most of the modern maps, or at least the ones that are allowed in the Bronze Age list, I'm sure it's similar with the modern list for Worlds coming up, they're almost all the maps are in the same sort of category. So same umbrella of how the terrain is, how things go.
That's by design.
What?
That's by design.
For how they've been doing it, yeah. But I mean, if you're looking for, hey, my team, or I would like to have this as my backup map, or this is my third map on my list just in case, have a little bit of variety in there, I think it would add more to it. And that's not with getting into the nuts and bolts of, are there broken maps and are there things that would be dominant and be played on every build list? And of course, that's why you have a ban list, but like opening up the field a bit more to where you can have more choices and more variety through your prelims, I think would be a good thing.
Do you think that the maps that we have now are not enough?
So, for instance, in building for the Gamora team, I was looking for indoor maps with sort of mazy, some walls, good staging areas, stuff like that. Not Realm of Death, not like
you can't
too
have
crazy.
that with Thanos.
You can't have it both ways, man. You gotta have you want a mazy map. It's gonna be Realm of Death or bust.
Well, then have Realm of Death, then we'll have it. But I mean, we're just talking about.
No, then we're not gonna have Realm of Death. There's a reason why that is banned in Modern.
But looking at if you look at an indoor map, just like I want some kind of terrain 6 to 8 squares away from me, like the only choice was Gotham Museum. Like there are other ones in Bronze, I think, that are just similar in terms of they're not
Jeff,
busted.
did we take out the Regenesis maps that are the indoor danger room ones?
We did.
Okay. Because we did have those. Okay.
They're also rotated out too of Modern.
Oh yeah, you're right. There's like, it's already, I mean, number one, we don't want this to be map clicks, which is what the biggest complaint was anytime a rock map came out with indoor. That was number one.
Okay.
Because we don't want the reason why they have, do you notice they don't have a ban, like, yes, they have a ban list for Modern for maps, but it's essentially just a list of all the maps and tell you these are what you could play.
Yeah, they have,
and then they took out the ones you want. Yeah, so that's basically what we did, because we don't want to have all of these maps that we maybe missed, because there's hundreds upon hundreds of maps that people can possibly look, because there were a few of them. Like one of the ones that they're like, oh, because when we started doing this, they're like, oh, can we play Shadowland Fortress? Can we? That's the one that has the 6 square thing. Can we play
Ryu? Yeah.
Like all these things, and I was like,
the Lazarus Pit gives you like regeneration.
So then here's what happens. Our ban list ends up being as long as our map list. So we said, how about we just make, because this is literally with like day one when we did this. It's like, how about we all come up with maps that are too oppressive? And we all had like 5 different ones. And then ended up being like 30 maps of like, and they explained why we don't. And I was like, okay, let's do this the other way. Let's look at the maps that we should allow.
Right. Okay.
Because the problem is the 30 map, like, and you can make an argument for basically any map if it's, especially if it's an indoor map that has rules. So let's say we took out like any map that has special rules you can't use. Right. Okay. And then we're like, okay, wait, except location bonuses. Okay, then and then we say, but you can't use this. And so instead we just said, here, these are like the 30 maps that we can use. And then we just rotate them as we go out. Like we did have it before. No, trust me, we did. But it was just too hard, because what was the one that we added and then people kind of complained, Jeff? It was
Labyrinth.
Labyrinth. Dude, there was so much pushback for that map. So that like, and that's and I think Jeff was like, we have to put Labyrinth in Toon World or we're not going to do it or whatever. Like, remember we're doing the votes? Like, well, I'm voting for this, so we need to do this.
Dude, everyone voted for Labyrinth and Toon World. Like, I didn't think anyone was gonna vote for it.
Yeah,
like, it was.
Then what happened was, no one had them.
Yeah, dude, it was hard to get.
People were so hard, and then people who had them were like, "This is bullshit," because that Labyrinth map is tough. It's basically like a Realm of Death, and so we're like, "Hey, let's take it out." And then so now we have criteria on indoor maps. There needs to be. Because of there's stuff like Molecule Man. Right. We need to be able to have it accessible, but there's still enough. Like you played the Gotham Museum. Mm-hmm. That had enough. There's enough blocking to hinder them, but not enough to prevent them from going. So that's why. That's another reason why we took out. Besides Realm of Death, what's the other one, Jeff? Negative Zone.
Negative Zone. Yeah.
Yeah, because after the stupid thing that you showed me. I was like, no, we're not doing that shit. Where you put the stupid terrain where nobody can get inside.
That's hella dumb.
Have you seen this?
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
Have you seen it, Roland?
What are they doing?
Dude, there was 2 rounds where basically nothing happened. I was like, this is dumb. They weren't playing Heroclix.
So, you get like the Wonder Woman terrain or the Merc Jet, and you set it on in the middle of the map on one side. Of the negative zone, and it blocks. So it's literally there's like a holes, but there's another wall on the other side because it doesn't take it out. So if you just sit there and bury her up,
it isolates the room. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and You just take pod shot. Like Thanos can take pod shots from there.
Yep.
You can go in there and set up for a turn until you just want
can,
to
like,
move out and kill something and be done.
You could,
Okay.
The other one was you play with the gamma bomb and they just all die, which is what happened in one of the rounds. And so he was just like, "Oh, so I didn't wait." They spent like 40 minutes and the guy did nothing because he just stayed in. He literally just stayed there buried. And I was like, "Do we really want to see this?" And then I saw it again, and then I was like, "Wow!" He had 2 wins just off of that. And
just
we're
off
like,
the gamma
okay,
bomb going off.
yes,
Yeah.
and like he pinged the guy with a shredder and ran back. And
Oh,
then
wow,
if
okay.
you don't have a way, if you don't have phasing to go through,
Right.
you cannot attack them.
Yeah.
'Cause you
But
can't
with
destroy
Molecule
the-
Man, like you have enough barrier to fill that whole room in,
Yeah.
so they can't even phase next to you.
So that's why and it's funny because remember when I was talking about we should take that out? What happened on like that Monday with kids? Here's the legal map list, negative zone gone. And then the other one was the Hank Pym's lab because they didn't put walls around the map.
Negative zone's still legal. It's Realm of Death that was taken.
Realm
out.
of Death. Okay, Realm of Death. Because the Realm of Death was the one that was that's
Thanos.
probably the most. That's probably
That
the
was
most
the Thanos map.
egregious one.
Yeah.
Like I really feel like if that map was not there, I think Beta Ray Bill wins.
That's fair.
Damn it. That map
Heavy
was so
Jackson
like,
Cole Smith.
oh my god, dude. I'm like Jackson, dude. We're gonna play again. We're gonna play like fair. Because that was some they might as well just put a terrain in the middle and just like can't do anything. But yeah,
So
Pym's lab, right? Again?
Yeah.
That was the other one because they
Pym's
forgot
lab.
to put the walls.
they didn't put any.
But yeah. But
So
yeah,
bad.
I agree in theory we should because it's bronze.
Right.
But then when you see the list of like 30 maps where we have to, you can't. So it's like let's just do it the other way. So
Because when we were integrating older maps, which I think we can do again, like I would spend hours going through all the old maps, trying to see
There's
what's
like-
current,
there's
what the current
hundreds of-
teams are
hundreds of
doing,
maps.
and is this gonna make this current team busted? Is this gonna
Yeah.
you had to make it fair and
We'll put you like obviously you're on the council too. So when we do that again, we do go over the maps to see which new ones that are like oppressive. The main thing is like
we should add some old maps again.
just no barrier just no barrier where it just completely encloses the room where you can't get in.
Right.
If it's a little part, fine, but if it's like the whole like ancient hold where you
Did I
just
lose
can't
you guys?
shit.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Like ancient hold, right? That was another one. I hated that map so bad.
The map
Like
should
ancient
never,
hold, King's
never
Tomb, like all
existed.
that. So this is why when I tell my the map guy, I give him some parameters because I said we don't want these rock indoor maps that prevent you from playing the game. So he's like, okay, cool, no problem.
No, I mean I understand.
I will.
Hold
on, I want to interrupt real fast. I will say, I have noticed that the rock maps have changed since you have given him input for our maps.
No, right? But he's been getting a lot of complaints from just the general Heroclix public from playing in the rock events, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, go ahead, Roland. You were saying?
No, I was gonna say, like, I mean, I understand not having a map allowed that prevents the game from being played. But as we've talked about earlier on here, there's a lot of Alpha Strike Turn 2 going. I think, from a team building perspective, if I know I can get on a map to where I can safely stage 5, 6, 7 ranks up, and I got some basic cover, a wall or something else, or some blocking terrain. If a team's very mobile, can outflank me on the backside, or it can take out 2 walls to get to me, sure, that's fine. But I mean, like, there's at least options to where I could get in the middle of the map and engage and not have to go starting area 12 out or something like that. That's all I was thinking of.
Yeah. That's what the main thing is also the philosophy of this, and because if you when you play the world's level, they're all like this. They all dirtle around just waiting for time to be called in, and they try to snipe something. It's over.
Yeah.
We want to promote engagement.
Yeah.
As much as possible, right? And if because the maps that they're playing in modern that were legal at the time,
right?
Like encourage people to just kind of point denial each other because like, well, if we're gonna be in this map, I'm not gonna go because I can't get there. And the guy's like, well, I'm not gonna go because I can't get there. Then they just wait until time goes and then hopefully snipe each other or go to a roll off. That's not good. So that's why every map we do is we're gonna look at. It's gonna see if it at least promotes engagement and also at those levels, like they go like 3 or 4 turns. In all your games, aside the ones that end quickly, if they go to time, you're going like 5, 6, 7, 8 turns, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what needs to be done, because I see a lot of games just go like 4 turns and they go to time. I'm like, what did you guys do?
Yeah.
4 turns? Like, wow.
No, I mean, we talked about
10 minutes for
10. Yeah, that's crazy. And you know what I was thinking too for our time, so that, because I think people are like clock watching a little bit. I think what we do for when we do the invitational is we say, look, the time will be between 40 and 45 minutes. But you know how we say now, like, time starts in 2 minutes, you may begin when ready.
Yeah.
We don't have to announce that. We'll just put it on our clock that it's 43 minutes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that, but they think they don't know when. But if they know exactly it's 40 minutes, I think they're gonna be like, maybe I can take my time. But if it's 44 minutes, maybe they can't do that.
Yeah, I always switch up my times within like a
I do that too.
round.
But I think we have to stop announcing. Like time will start. But basically, like, we just announce, like, you have between 40 and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Go. Yeah.
Right.
Because,
instead of saying it the other way.
It's hard to time your turn to end within a 5-minute range. Like,
yes. Because the opponent be like, bro, are you gonna sidestep or not? I don't know, because I'm waiting for that time to go off, but it should have been off by now. And I think that segues right into this next one that we're gonna talk about.
All right. So
this is a good one.
All right. Topic 5. What do you think of the strategy of choosing to go second so you can end the game on your turn?
Go ahead,
Roland. Let's hear it.
So I think that it's a viable strategy. It's something that Vegas Patrick and I had talked about for when he was running his collector team, which wasn't theme, and just kind of just organically realized it's like, you're always going second. You're always ending the game. Is that an advantage? Can you build your team or your strategy around that? So then most of these games are very close and they're sort of on that teeter-totter of points. And I want to make sure I get the last shot in. It's like you're having the ball last in a football game. Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen would like to have that ball last.
Well, you lost Jeff. You lost Jeff.
No, I got it. I understand. I understand that reference.
Oh, he understands. Oh, because
I
understood that
played
reference.
Madden. I played Madden.
So unless you're building your team to be very dependent on a map or a beginning of the game strategy, if it's just sort of a standard team, I think it's a viable strategy to be like, I won map roll, you go first, because I want to make sure I end the game. And this isn't a turtling or a stalling at the end.
So you're purposely letting them pick the map and go first.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So I win map roll. I choose to be second player. You go first. You pick map, everything like that. And the game is gonna end with my last action. And I think that's a viable strategy, because then you can plan your last turn, and if it's a close game, you can dictate, I just need to kill this 135-point character and get up, and that ends the game right there.
So, as a strategy, I don't know, because you're gonna really have to, because there's a couple things. Number one, you're gonna have to like try to plan it to end of your turn. That's number one.
Right.
But a more pressing thing is the advantage of going first far outweighs going second. That there needs to be a balance for going second.
Right.
And to me, it's just something to lessen the blow of potentially getting blown out, because A, you don't get the beginning of turn triggers that you want. B, they get to pick the map. B, they get to go first. So that means they get to hit you first, right? So and this is why we have the end of finish the last round as opposed to action, because you're such at a disadvantage for going second, because a lot of the maps, even if you look, except for ours, they're symmetrical, so you don't even have a choice of like, well, this is more strategic. Well, if it's the same, then like Doom's Castle, they're exactly the same. So like they have all the advantage and you have none. So the consolation is that we go until the second player ends their turn. So at the very least, you get the last turn. You know, whether or not that makes you win, whatever. But at least you're not just getting blown out. Because how many times do you hear people say, "What happened? Only one map roll."
Yeah,
that happens all the time. And now, sometimes you might hear, "Well, he got to go second." Every once in a while, you'll say he got to finish turn. Well, it's like, hey, well, now it kind of evens it out because every time it was 100% he won the map roll. So we got to go on Arcade's map. Wow, you're dead, right? But but you're like, well, I get to go second, so I get to finish my round and I get to kill him. So
right.
As a strategy, I don't know if that is viable, but as a consolation for getting railroaded for not winning map, I think it's fair. But I think that's a good data piece that we can probably track going forward to see how many people opt to go that way or how many people that go second actually win versus going first.
There you go.
I think that's a good one because we don't even know what the numbers look like, but
right.
For all we know, second player might be winning more than first player. Who knows?
Spicy,
right?
But it sounds like a last hope. And Pat, is hope a strategy?
No. Yeah, dude, that. No.
Because I don't know, like you're having to. So as second player, you're having to control the tempo to control the tempo that you're not behind and that you can get the last points.
Yeah.
Before on your last turn. So like I'd rather be up on points before my last turn and just already destroying them and not.
Oh, and you can do that too. You know, it's a fallback because the strategy wouldn't be to play for the last turn and this is when I'm winning the game, but you have that safety net of I have the last turn.
But
I would look at it more like Pat said as a consolation versus
a
strategy.
But you said as a strategy, right? Not as a consolation.
Well, as a strategy for choosing map after the map roll,
okay. Because it's like originally
so to deter map.
I win the map. I'm winning. I won the map roll, but I'm choosing to defer.
Correct.
So,
but you're still first player.
No, you're not first player.
Oh no.
First, no. If you win the map for determining first player, whoever. So like if you win, you can defer. Now that guy is the first player, so he gets to go first, and he gets to pick the map.
Okay.
So that's what he's saying. Like, would it be better if I just get to go second, so I can end it? Yeah, I mean, I'll just tell you this right now. That would never happen if I'm playing against Arcade. I will never, ever, ever, ever defer to Arcade and get tanked from across the map. Jesus.
There are certain builds you wouldn't do that against. You wouldn't give X-Men first if they got show.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. You know what? I got an idea. Which other world map do you want? We got 3 of them.
Yeah. Oh my Lord.
You know what I mean?
Otherworld. Yeah, Otherworld.
Oh my God.
All right.
Okay,
well,
but
that was a good topic to talk about. Because dude,
actually,
a lot of people question and like you guys finished the round, especially people coming from Modern, they're like, oh, it's different. So, like you said, we do get a lot of mixed reviews on it.
I think that the fact that you brought this up, Roland, that we talked about it, people will see it in a new light.
Yeah.
It will now see, you know what? Maybe it's not so bad that we get to go the full round.
Right.
Because I actually get to finish my turn. Yeah. Instead of that guy stalling me out, and then he gets 5 turns and I get 4.
Yeah,
that's not fair.
Yeah, he already went first.
I mean? Yeah, you already went first, and you're not gonna let
your map
my turn. That's stupid. Yeah, but yeah, I think that's good.
I swap.
I think that I know, right? You took away my keywords.
Yeah, like, what the fuck, dude?
I think that's a good question for people. If you're listening, comment what you think about going second and also finishing the round.
Yeah.
So that ends on second player's turn. Because I think that's because I always try to convince people, and this is like the first time it's actually been like discussed why it could be a good thing.
Yeah. So. All right, friends. Topic 6: quality control of the X of Swords OP
Jeff,
set.
take it away, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you educate us on this one.
So, dude, you guys saw the post, right?
This is so we all looked at it like, what the?
So, because one of my guys was talking about how many figures are in the set, and I'm like, it's an OP set. It shouldn't be that much. So I get the brick and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, Oh, 64. That's not right. You have a box? Okay, so yeah, on the top it says
here, on
64.
the top here, it says 64, right?
Yep.
Look what
And
it
then on
says
the
here.
bottom, 42 figures. I was like, so I'm assuming that they just cut and paste and didn't edit.
Yeah. It literally says here on the top, collect all 64 figures. And then here it says collect all 42 figures.
Yeah. So the 64 is from the X-Men X of Swords main set.
Yeah. 42.
So they just cut and paste and didn't change it. Come on, WizKids. Come on.
Oh, it's even worse.
What?
It says it takes 5 figures. There's only 4.
Oh my god, I want my money.
There's only 4
friends.
in this booster.
Yeah, there's only 4 figures and 1 sword.
Yes.
Dude, that's so bad.
Okay.
Also,
I will help WizKids. I will help you.
I know, right?
With your editing.
It's so wow.
You
Dude,
know,
can you imagine?
You don't have to pay me much.
Oh my god.
I work for clicks.
Look at the bottom here.
5
pre-painted collectible miniatures.
Well, okay, you could say the sword's a miniature. It's a miniature sword.
Okay, fine. But it's not a okay, sure. All right, we'll give him that. But there was someone that opened a one of the rares, I think, and it had no there was no dial.
Oh, really? Okay.
It was just blank.
Okay.
And the top part also was just like, it's like they forgot to put it on.
Dang.
And
so
then
no
there was
dial
someone
and no
there was someone that got one that had no cards.
What?
And then
there
was another one from from the actual regular set. He opened it and he had 2 sets of cards.
I was there. I remember that.
Yeah.
Like,
so
he's like, do you need an extra summoner card? You're like, probably at some point.
At some point, yeah. You know what? You know what's gonna happen? There's gonna be a boost here where they're like, I don't have a pack, and I'm like, I have the pack.
I have the pack.
So that just shows you, the quality control continues to.
Well, yeah. I mean, they probably rushed it to get it out in time, or maybe it's Who knows?
That's simple editing.
Yeah.
Like
also,
that takes 5 minutes to be like, oh.
Yeah. But also, like, I've had this conversation too with Clay and a couple other people who are like apologists. I'm like, if you are at the pinnacle and you're at the very top, these are the kind of things you shouldn't be making mistakes on.
No.
Like, if Amazon was to make some big debacle, there's going to be a giant recall. They're going to make a statement that says, we apologize for this, blah, 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 whatever.
People will be fired.
Won't do it again. But not only that, the idea of like a company like this who does this is what they do, is like immune to criticism. That's absurd, because this is like you're at the pinnacle, the very top. If there is anyone who deserves any kind of criticism, it is you. It's not the person at the very bottom, it's the very top, because you are the very top.
They put themselves on the podium.
Exactly. If you're that, like, this is why the president deserves criticism if need be, because they're the very top. But the guy working the fucking trash here, you don't need to say anything about that guy, because he doesn't, whatever. It's not the top of whatever. So that's I think they need to be held accountable for all of these things. But I don't know if it'll ever change. Like we mentioned before, it's just going to keep going, right?
They just need a new management, new leadership, because apparently the leadership isn't caring if these things are falling through. Like maybe they're not hearing it, maybe they are, but like it comes down to the leadership, right?
Yeah,
and the captain of the vote,
right? If the president CEO is just like, yeah, whatever, just let it go, then they're like, yeah, like apathy will just trickle down.
Yeah, and if he's like, dang, you fucked up, you're fired, I'm gonna get someone new in here.
Yeah,
people would be like, oh, we can't fuck up.
Yeah,
we got to be on top. We have to have the new pack from the newest set up on the website already. Fuck.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I guarantee you, if you go to the Heroclix rules page on their website, it's probably the AFFE pack. It's not the new one. It's not, so I emailed them to fix it when it was the old one, because they had updated. It was the Wonder Woman one, and they had changed the rules for the AFFE and changed stuff. And I was like, hey, like, players are trying to look this stuff up. Can you fix it? And of course they did. But like, I don't want to have to email them every fucking time.
Yeah. Maybe they're waiting for you to email them because they're like, hey, that guy didn't message us. So
that's our reminder.
Again, I will work for clicks.
Oh, man.
All right. So get on it, whiz kids.
Oh.
All right. So topic 7, we have some history trivia. I'm nervous.
All right, you guys.
Pre 2017.
Your name is your buzzer, so you're gonna have to. I mean, Roland might get this. We'll see. Okay. First one. What was the first year that they held both the U.S. Nationals and Worlds in the same weekend, same convention?
Jeff.
Okay, Jeff.
2011.
Wrong.
I'll
give you a hint. That's way too soon.
Yeah. Wasn't that like 09?
No, I just said it's way too soon.
Oh, okay.
Jeff.
So
2014.
No, you only get one. You only get one because
I thought we were just going back and forth.
Because this is one they held both at Gen Con, right?
Right.
Yeah, because there wasn't a grinder, but they had the Nationals. Isn't that the one? Crampton won. He won the Nationals, and then they had the Worlds like right after it.
Yep. And
okay,
what year was that? Oh, what year did you say?
I said, wasn't that like 09? That was like a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean it's 2016.
Really? Well, I guess that is 6 years now, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, it is. That's the picture if you see me in Crampton, face to face.
Okay.
That's before the Nationals, and he won that one, and I won Worlds. And then he goes, you could only give me one day. It's like it's not my fault. They scheduled it like this. That's when he wrote a post like, I get one day, and then I just get completely forgotten because Worlds is the next, like the day after. I was like,
wow, I thought that was earlier in there. Okay,
no, that was 2016.
Well,
all right,
6 years ago.
Again,
okay,
pre 2017.
Okay, now here's okay. So maybe you'll get this one then.
Okay.
Where was Worlds 2018 held? Give me the. I'll just give me the convention that it was at.
Jeff.
Yeah.
PAX.
Correct. Well,
yeah.
PAX Unplugged. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
PAX Unplugged was killer. Yeah.
Yep. Good job. All right, Jeff gets one right. There's gonna be 3 more. All right. Derek Thompson, Tim Bold, and Nick Peterson have won Team Worlds twice. These are the guys that made Devil Dinosaur. What is their team name?
Roland.
Isn't
that Team Pushin or something like that?
Not them. Okay. Jeff, you want to take a guess?
What? Can I hear the names again?
Derek Thompson, Tim Bold, and Nick Peterson.
I have no idea.
Their team name is Team Failboat.
You
never heard of that?
No.
Okay.
Hold on. Where are they from?
Failboat?
Where are they from, though?
Like FAIL?
Ohio. Ohio?
Oh, is it the Ohio crew? Okay. All right. No, I was thinking of the Jersey crew. Okay.
Yeah, the Jersey crew's Pusheen. Okay.
Pusheen, okay.
The fourth one here. Who was the first ever Rock Super Qualifier winner, and where was it held? City.
The Super Qualifier winner?
Yeah, the first ever Rock Super Qualifier winner. I'll give you a hint. Well, I don't want to give it away.
Roland.
Okay, Roland, go.
Was it being at Dragon Con in Atlanta?
Wrong.
That's not where it was? Okay.
Rock. There was a Rock, but we're looking at Super Qualifier winner. This is when they started the whole thing where you can win the 15K. This was the year to do it. They started.
Oh, so they led up to that Rock Cup.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll pass. I don't know.
Okay, it was Justino Jimenez, my teammate, and it was held in Vegas. Dustin was the one running it, the Las Vegas Expo.
Oh, the first one. Okay, was that
in
here?
Riviera, like at the Riviera.
Oh,
see, that's why. See, this question is like right there. It's for you.
That was tailor made for you, Roland.
I know. I need to get it. Okay. Okay, and all right. If you okay, name a Heroclix online champion.
Jeff.
Adam
Friedman.
Okay, you're not wrong, but we're actually talking about Heroclix
Online.
Oh.
Yes, the Heroclix, the actual
HCO?
game Heroclix Online.
HCO.
HCO.
Yeah. Name a champion. Roland.
Roland.
That's me. I was the highest ranked player when that server went down.
It was. I was gonna say, like, dude, if Roland's to get this. Yeah. So
I
just
won the
remember
Gen Con
Do I get half
qualifier.
points?
he got. Yeah. I mean, it's partly. So he got 1.5. But I just remember because they're like, these are the people who are qualified for Worlds, blah blah, and this, and then it's like the Heroclix online, champion. I was like, what?
Yeah.
They still do that? And then it was you, and then I was like, oh, Roland's here.
That's awesome. That's very cool.
Yeah, that was a good time when they had it. I love playing the game, but I mean, they definitely could have put more into it to kind of grow it. But like, just for if you learn that user interface to play it was a really fun time to play Heroclix.
Yeah. That's funny. When I said it, where you're like, is he talking
That's what
about...
you said, Heroclix Online. I'm like, yeah, is that the old game? That's like 10 years ago.
Again, I went straight to pandemic. Like, everyone
you
playing
did.
online.
Yeah, there's like HCO. Yeah, I should have said HCO. But it's like...
Well, yeah, once
I
you said it, I was like, all right, I know what that is.
So,
I
funny
was like, I
thing
know nothing about that.
He's like, me?
So funny thing about
Hey,
that.
he
so
didn't say Roland.
I was in
He did,
Florida
he
at the time.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You did.
And that's the only way that I could play Heroclix with everybody. And we had a very good community online that were the HCO players. And a lot of us there was no Heroclix in our area or whatnot, and whenever we can play. And we learned the game, we learned the interface and everything. And when they announced that there was the tournament, that the winner would go win Worlds, all these outside players and big players just hopped on HCO and just randomly showed up, and like you could see them, they just dropped money to get all the figures, and like, all right, I'll just go and buy the best figures because at that time it was a limited set pool that you had, and I'll play this. But what cost them was they weren't familiar with the actual user interface to how to play the game on the computer. So when you're playing them, you could see they don't know how to get the guy in position or to do this sequence or whatever, because they haven't been playing for a year like all of us had. And all these guys just came in, dumped a lot of money, and just washed out because they couldn't actually physically do what they wanted to do.
Dude, that's funny. So that's probably how also the game probably also died too, right? Because it was just hard to
I mean, I thought it had a good interface when you learned it and how to play it. The problem was a lot of the interactions, and then we're talking 10 years ago, it was hard to program a lot of the special powers or traits.
Right. That's what I heard too.
A lot of basic stuff easy to do. But what happens when you have Charge Flurry, the way they programmed it, it was hard to get two speed powers to trigger at the same time.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh yeah. That's
gotta know the rules.
Yeah. So,
well, they just can't program it. I mean, that's just harder. So,
but I mean, it was just weird things. Like they marketed it to existing players, and they didn't try to market it to somebody that if you don't know the game, this is how you play the game. For example, they did not have the team abilities listed anywhere on HCO or the forums for what they did. They worked in the game, but if you wanted to see what does Bat Ally do, there was nothing in game to tell you what it did. Stuff like that we pointed out throughout the course of the game and development was like, hey, can you have this? Can you add this? How do you do this? And the company was a small company. They didn't pay for a lot of workers. For WizKids didn't. It's like we're hands are tied for development. So.
Yeah, that's. I watched my friend play it one time, and I was like, I don't know, because I know you could do. What he ended up doing was he kept it on overview the whole time.
Yeah.
Like just the far way, and I was like, well, I want to see close the 3D stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, but I need to go up here so I can see where I'm moving.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but then the point is to see the 3D stuff.
Yeah. It was there.
Bring back HCO. Let's start a petition.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude, that's funny. That's hilarious. There you go. The Heroclix Online, the last and only Heroclix Online champion.
All right, so I guess you got that promo you wanted to share with us, right?
I have a little bit of a promo.
Cut us the promo.
Back. It's not a WWE promo, but
I'm disappointed.
Well, I mean, I don't want to passively aggressively call out Pat or something like that. I have this whole thing in my head to like really go hard on him, and I'm like, no, let me just do this friendly. I mean, we're all friends here.
Okay.
But no, like
just know you can. I just come back 10 times harder, and I hit low. really low.
For those who have been following the podcast, who've been following sort of my journey and kind of writing about it on the website, I was retired from Heroclix back in April. And now here in August, I'm sitting here in front of you talking about being an ICQ winner. So I'm very grateful that I was able to do that, but I can also recognize that I'm not the player I once was. I don't put the time into it. I don't have the same skill, and I'm okay with that. But I can tell you that I've always been the captain of Team Vegas. This has never come off the side of my hat. And yeah, maybe I had to remind everybody how good of a player I was, but I think it's time to remind everybody that Team Vegas was the originals. We're the ones that brought the hats. We're the ones that said, screw fellowship. We're the ones that brought the high level play. And we're the ones that brought the rivalries to Heroclix. And I think it's time that we renew this West Coast rivalry that we have out here that has been dormant for a while. And that's why in January, I'm not calling out Pat, I'm calling out his players, because we're going to have Team Vegas versus Team Majestix for the first ever Heroclix Trios Championships. It's going to be my 3 players versus your 3 players. That's how we're going to do it. And we're going to have modern, silver, bronze. So since we're playing in Vegas, it's going to be Highlander rule across all 3 teams. Okay. That's the challenge I'm putting out there. I'm captain Team Vegas. You captain Team Majestix.
Okay, do it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's good.
I'm just saying, can Pat put together a 3-person team?
Oh, easy.
That can take on my 3-person team. This is what I want to find out. The captain.
So are the captains playing though? Is that the captains playing?
No, because it would be.
No. We're gonna manage. We're gonna manage.
It would be. It wouldn't be fair.
Yeah, it'll be Apex Predators versus Team Vegas. You know, we'll see what happens.
I'll play them all. I would play all 3 of them simultaneously.
Yes, you will.
It would be close.
All 3 different teams too, because it's Highlander, right?
It would be close.
Yeah, it's Highlander. We're gonna do Highlander across the 3 teams.
It would do Extreme Highlander. Okay. And then he said 1 modern, 1 silver, 1
and 1 bronze. Yeah.
Okay.
Yuck. Silver.
That's good.
Yeah. Because I mean, I know your players and I know you, but I'm curious to see how they would do it in a sort of winner take all 1 game, just sort of nothing on the line, team pride, you know. So.
Okay.
Because I mean,
yeah. Okay. When is this? When?
We'll have it during January, during the 2K weekend. We'll figure out the time slot.
Yeah, but like when? Because like they're going to be playing in it, right?
Well, I mean, we only need we only need an hour and a half total to get it in, because we'll play all 3 games at the same time.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Well, yeah, that's good. That's good. That'll be good. This weekend, I promise I will get all the everything up, because I needed to get what I needed to get done at the store. Now that I've like kind of
caught up.
No, not even close. Price not even close. God, it's ridiculous. But at least it's at a manageable. Yeah, I guess you could call it manageable space right now that I can put. I'm gonna update everything on this is gonna be on the Open Series page. So it's actually gonna update the picture with you on it, because it still has Richard.
Oh, okay.
Is the Open Series page back up and running?
It's up already. Yeah.
Awesome.
I got it fixed. Also, I got a couple donations already. Thanks for the Baragons. They're donating all of their extra Majestix maps.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So we're gonna be putting on the prize pool. So like a bunch, and it's from so it's all kinds of maps. Number 2, and this is a big one. Jeff, do you remember when Adam won the 3v3, or when he won the Nationals online?
Yeah.
He got a factory set of Justice League.
Yeah, he's been waiting to do something with it.
He's been waiting to do something with it. 2 years later, I said, Adam, do you know I still have it? You can just have it. I'll donate that to the prize pool.
Thanks, Adam.
Wow.
Because he goes,
that's awesome.
He goes, I don't have any use for it anymore because it rotated out. I was like, you're on the console. It's not rotated out, bro. So we're going to split it up, and hopefully, like, it would be cool to give a set of the the team up cards as one.
Yeah.
And just hopefully we can break it up and do some good stuff. But hopefully the people that I've talked to, they can help with the purchasable prizes from Worlds and whatnot. and then we can, just go from there. Like I still have some Phoenix Sentinels and Bat Cats. Hopefully get more. We're just gonna keep adding to as much as we can, So should be good, man. But yeah, that's gonna be a good event. That'll be fun, man. We should definitely.
So for
Good.
I was gonna say, for everybody watching, there should be 3 more qualifiers across the country. We got Indiana, and then there'll be a North Carolina, and then there'll be a final one in SoCal again.
Yep.
Yeah. So I already I posted a little teaser. I got people asking me about it. So let me know when you get those dates nailed down.
Yeah. For the SoCal one. The thing is, I need to make sure that I don't coincide with their dates because there's some people here that want to fly to there.
Okay.
So that's cool. So I was like, okay, when we get their dates, so we can do it to all. Make it that you can go to all. So that's really cool. So all right, well that's good. It's exciting. It would be cool if we did it on. It might be maybe on a Sunday. So then that'll be less people for us to have to, deal with when it comes to the top 8 or whatever. Yeah. Because it's just Pauper. So we will have time because I think Friday, Saturday is going to be so busy.
Yeah.
That we won't be able to do it then. But
okay. We'll find a spot for it.
Sounds good.
Cool.
All right. Well, that's it, right? Anything else, Jeff?
Nope, I'm good.
I think we're good. All right.
Remember, guys.
See you guys.
Blame the dice.
Don't forget to start practice rolling your dice, guys. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Shake it, Cali.